Welcome back to another episode of Two Bitches Reading. Today, we've got a special one for you.
Yeah.
If you like this show or movie... Stop. Read these books.
Mine are just huge.
And also some of mine I listened to, so I don't have the physical book. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't judge a book pile by its size.
So getting into it, let's go a little bit lighter.
Is this lighter?
Okay, I was doing some research on all this, because, what was their people saying? A lot of the book recs were, all the same. You know, for, the same shows, read these same books, and I'm like, I need something different. Especially for fantasy, because a lot of books that we read, well, one of them that I...
Yours are more fantasy than mine.
Yeah, which I was like, I want more, if you like this fantasy show, what book's gonna give you that?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm, trying to focus on here.
And for me, mine was what are books that I don't see people talk about? Because, let's be honest, when you're on TikTok, when you're on BookTube, when you're on Bookstagram, you're getting the same 5-10 books. You're getting ACOTAR, you're getting Fourth Wing, you're getting Red Rising, or any of those little fantasy or just rom-com, And, that's great. We love some of those too, right? But I need to see more books.
Yeah. I need different recommendations, outside the box, or, different fantasies, and, I feel like showing what these books are similar to with, these shows will give me, oh, I love this show. Haven't seen this book. It's a fantasy book. Let me
read it.
Yeah.
Or it's just a one-off book that you've never heard of. That,
I love that show. Love that movie. You know?
Let me check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just add to your TBR.
Yeah.
Maybe, you just haven't heard of it.
So let's get that TBR list out.
Always.
Get that written down.
Always. Do you want to start?
You start.
Me start?
Yeah.
Okay. So the top book that I have right here. So this one is a little bit darker.
Mm-hmm.
So trigger warning for eating disorders. But this is part of a group of books that I love. It's the Anonymous series. This one specifically is Letting Anna Go. The most famous Anonymous series book is, I think it's Lucy in the Sky.
Okay.
And that was about drugs. Letting Anna Go is about an eating disorder, anorexia. Letting anorexia go.
Gotcha.
So if you like those kinds of books, which, I eat them up sometimes.
Growing up.
But yeah, I just it's something that I think a lot of girls growing up can relate to.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, fucking patriarchal society that we live in, where we need the perfect everything.
Yeah.
Hate that for us, but this was really good. So if you like the movie To the Bone with Lily Collins, you'll love this. So To the Bone, we've got Lily Collins who has an eating disorder, and she goes into this not psych ward, but a home to help people recover from eating disorders. Now this one is different, the book, because she starts out not having an eating disorder, and it's how she ends up getting one. And then trying to overcome it, and you'll see where her journey goes. And it's just really intriguing. Yeah. Because it's how, to see how the start of one
can
to
see how it turns into.
Yeah. And then, To the Bone is, it's that raw emotion and the thinking behind it. Because this is, a diary. Yeah. So you get her thoughts just like you get it in To the Bone. So, super intriguing, but just, trigger warnings. Really look them up. If this is not your cup of tea, that is totally fine. Just skip this one.
Right. Okay. All right, let's start off. If you like, so let's.
I know, I should have said that first. If you like this,
so let's go back. If you like Grimm, the show Grimm, all right. If you like Supernatural,
that's me.
Why don't you go ahead and pick up The Witcher? And I know this also got turned into a show
or a game,
and it has a whole thing. But the book itself, I mean, it's very monster. It's a monster hunter. you know, hunting demons, hunting monsters. You get that Sam and Dean, not really like brother relationship, but like he had this little sidekick guy. So just hunting monsters, world politics, and there's a prophecy, and you know, all the good stuff. All the good stuff. Plus, there is some stories that like do a twisted, what is it, fairy tale?
Yeah.
Like a twisted fairy tale. So it gives that grim aspect as well, but still like dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would pick that up because I listened to these. So I'm once I finish Game of Thrones, I'll be going back and listening to the rest of these. I think I finished book 1 and 2. I don't know. But I do want to go back and read this because it was really fun. I know you really enjoyed the first 2 books.
Yeah, so the first 2 were like short stories.
Yeah.
And then you get into like the actual bulk storyline in book 3. I'm on book 5 right now, and I will say it's a little slow. And you don't get as much monster hunting in those ones. It's more about the prophecy and that journey. But like to me, it definitely feels like Supernatural's seasons where like, you know, the first couple are very monster demon hunting, which is like the first 2 books.
Yeah.
And then they start going into like their more long
plots.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Which feels like the rest of the book.
Yeah.
So I think that's super comparable as well.
Yeah.
And you might be a little disappointed. Just like Supernatural, you're like, okay guys, you shouldn't have kept going.
Yeah.
But then it gets good again. You know.
But still read it because these first 2 books were really good, really cute, really fun. And then if you watch the show, then you want to go back and read it because like that's how I feel. So, Supernatural lovers, let's get The Witcher.
Okay. So just I'm on a train of like kind of the darker ones right now. But if you liked the shows or the show Red Band Society, I think it only had 1 season.
Okay.
And it was so good, and I was so pissed when they canceled it. So this was, like, before Netflix, I'm pretty sure. This was when, like, people were still watching it.
What was it about?
It was these group of kids who were in the hospital, and they each had, like, different reasons why they were there. So I think there was one girl who had an eating disorder. There was another one who had cancer. There like, all these different kids. And it's been a minute since I watched. But it's, like, they're all interacting and like figuring each other out and like how like, you know, they're in the kids ward or like the teenage ward, and you know they're like I'm better than you, or like, you know, like at least I'm not in here because, you know, of this, but you are, and like kind of how they all interact with each other.
Okay.
And then if you also like Girl Interrupted, the movie.
Okay, very psych ward.
Psych ward, again, you have the different characters and like how they interact. And if you like Perks of Being a Wallflower, that kind of like devastating, but like learning about yourself, the growth.
That personal journey. And again, characters. You're going to love Suicide Notes by Michael Thomas Ford. I was so surprised with this book. I picked it up because I was like, okay, it's interesting. I was at the thrift store. And I like didn't read it for a while. And then I picked it up, not expecting much. And I gave it a 4.5 stars. That's crazy.
It was so good. It was the perfect mix of dark humor and meaningful, deep conversations. And like, just the journey that this kid goes on.
Yeah.
So pretty much the book is about 15-year-old Jeff. He tries to commit, again, trigger warnings, but he tries to commit suicide. And he gets put into the psych ward for this 45-day program. And there's, you know, a couple other kids around his age that are in there, and they have to do like group therapy, and they have individual therapy, and they all live on this psych ward. And they're all there again for different reasons. There's one girl there who says she has an eating disorder, but is that really why she's here?
Okay.
And then there's a guy who won't tell why he's here. And then there's another girl who also tried to commit suicide who's there. And like this kid, he's like, oh, you guys are like, you're crazy. I'm not like you. But then he learns about each person, and like, you know, new people arrive and some people leave, and like, you know, him trying to like put on this facade of, I'm not supposed to be here, like, it's fine, I'm fine, whatever. And, like, his therapy sessions with the therapist, and then as a reader, learning why he tried, and, like, what led to that, and him finding that acceptance of himself and understanding. Incredible. And then the author, when you read the author's note, it just makes it more meaningful, because he's like, you know what, there are very similar things that I went through that inspired this book. And just like, he was like a teenager growing up in 1980s, and like there were, you know, not enough young adult books that talked about what's in this book. Yeah. And he was like, I feel like I needed to fill that.
That is literally Perks of Being a Wallflower and Girl Interrupted. Like, put that together.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's sad. It's a sad one, but it's also really good. But it's also happy, but it's like...
Yeah.
Ugh, just all the emotions.
Heavy topics.
Yeah. So, Suicide Notes, so good.
I might borrow that from you.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's go a little bit lighter.
Is this lighter?
Let's go to the future.
Let's go to the future.
Post-apocalyptic kind of feel. If you... What did I say? Gotcha. Okay. If you guys have seen... I guess I've read the books, but seen the show, Silo. That's on Apple TV.
The book is called Wool.
The book's called Wool. If you've seen the show... Let's not worry about that.
But the show.
The show Silo. Okay? So humanity, there's only 10,000 people who live inside this silo. They don't know how they got here, like why they are in the silo. They know outside's deadly and they can't go out. They don't know why. They don't know. I don't think they know anything of like actual like history and plants, and that's what the ocean looks like. They don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing. So they're stuck in here. Okay. 1 second. If you've seen the movie, I think there's a show as well, Snowpiercer. So freaking good. The first time I watched it, I did have an anxiety attack. Anyways, but there is a post-apocalyptic world. I think there's monsters, and like the whole world is like covered in snow or something, and they have to just be on this train and go around the world on this train. They can never stop, or they'll be attacked or something. And through like on the train itself, it kind of goes through these levels of like the very back is complete poverty. Like at one point they start to go into cannibalism because they're not getting food, and then it goes up, and then kind of that middle class-ish, but they still don't know their history. They still don't know why they're running on the track, how it keeps on moving, and all that stuff. Okay? So you get that mystery, post-apocalyptic, don't know survival, don't know the truth of what's the world. And I think you should read I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. Now, we both recommended this before, talked about before. It is so short, but so impactful. I mean, reading it, so basically 39 women live underground, or basically imprisoned in a cage. They're watched over by guards, but then there's this one girl who has no memory of society. She was literally brought there as a child. They're not allowed to touch each other, so she has like no culture, basically. So it's seeing her and these people finally leave the cage into this alien world for her, because we're in her POV. So she has no idea. Is this really just Earth, or are they actually in an alien world? So it's her trying to discover what it's like to not have any culture, try to piece what happened. Do we even learn what happened?
A lot of mystery.
A lot of mystery, survival. I think you'd really, really enjoy this book. Especially with Silo and Snowpiercer, how it's like, we're contained. If we venture out, what's going to unknown, what's going to happen. So, highly recommend.
I love that. I feel like we're also giving show recommendations.
I know.
So here we are. Have your book TBR and your watch list TBR.
Because then, like, watch the show or movie, then go read the book. Or read the book, then go watch the show and movie. Like, get that whole thing. Yeah.
Yep.
But highly recommend. It was really good. Really short and sweet.
The audiobook is also very good. I listened to it and it was really good.
Yeah. Really interesting.
Okay. I'm going to go to an audiobook. So I don't have the physical.
Okay.
But also set in the future.
Okay.
If you like the show, The 100. And yes, I know that there's a book series as well, but again, we're just talking about the show. Mm-hmm. Let's be honest, the show is completely different than the books. Mm-hmm. For both of these, Silo and but The 100, you're getting post-apocalyptic in a way, with people in space being brought down to Earth, but they have never stepped foot on Earth. So it's like an alien planet. Okay. And like they don't know what to expect on this planet. Okay. Very sci-fi. Love that. Okay. Now, going into this book, Star Splitter. Ooh. Who is it by? By Matthew J. Kirby. Mm-hmm. So there's some differences between the 100 and this. They're not like,
but they give the same kind of feel.
But you get the vibe. It's sci-fi, space. So like in at least the first season of 100, you get like half the storyline is on the arc that's in space. Yeah. And so like that same vibe, you have half the story that's going on in Star Splitter where she is in this spaceship up in space with, you know, the crew and the people there. And then there's the other half where she's on this alien planet.
Well, we'll go through what's Star Splitter? What was it like?
So Star Splitter is, again, like the sci-fi book that it's just a one-off. Where, I don't know, like, is it a spoiler to say that it's like...
No.
No? Okay, so it's pretty much her and herself. It's like a doppelganger.
Yeah, so she's like on this planet. Space mission to go to another alien planet. But the way they transport is like growing your body there and then transporting your consciousness or memories, stuff like that. And so when she gets there, shit went down. She doesn't know what's going on. All of a sudden she meets herself.
So she just came out of the pod.
Yeah. So you get like the girl who doesn't have any memory, like what's going on. And then you kind of get the story of herself who lived through it all. Yeah. And kind of like backstory until they both like meet.
Because like, it's your most recent upload of memories and stuff. So the version that's already there, the most recent was before all the shit went down. So that's why when her regrown body only remembers certain things.
I was just in the machine. I said bye. Boom, I'm here. And now, like, what happened?
Yeah. So it's just like super sci-fi. Yeah. Planet, alien.
Mystery. Like, what happened? You're getting both timelines. But the audiobook is really good.
Yes, we both listened to the audiobook. And again, and it leaves you wanting more, you know? And so I just think that if you like the 100, you'll eat this up.
Absolutely.
Same vibes, for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, mine's a specific one. Because I really like this book. I started reading it, but then I went to audio. But just because like it felt really dense while I was reading it. I don't know, I'm specific about it. But like the audio was really good. So... okay.
I know, you have to start with the show. I keep forgetting.
I know. Okay, so, this one's specific, okay? If you liked Underwater, and it came out in 2020 with Kristen Stewart, basically, you know, they all work at like a underwater rig type place or something, and then they have to go and like walk the ocean floor to go to a different area because there's got fucked up. Okay, so we're walking, and then as they're trying to like walk on the ocean floor, we got something attacking. Shit's attacking. All right, so it's basically like that, trying to get to safety, that underwater thriller, action packed, and there's, I don't even know what they are, type mermaid, evil type creatures. But it was so good. Highly recommend.
I know, I gotta watch that.
It was really good. But literally, you'll like Into the Drowning Deep. So basically, by Mira Grant.
I started listening to it. I definitely paused on it for a while. I need to go back to it.
You do. Because it was, I mean, once it got to like,
you know, like, it was,
shit was going down.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I just like, I don't know, I just paused on it.
So I was in the mood.
Yeah, I think I wasn't in the mood.
Yeah. Because basically the main girl, her sister was on like one of those film crews where it's literally pseudoscience. So like, we're going to go and try to find Bigfoot and we're going to go. So that was like her sister wanted to be a news reporter for that kind of stuff. And so she goes to try to find mermaids. It's kind of like the Bermuda Triangle. Like, shit always gets lost here, and it's probably mermaids, so let's go find them. And they literally have crews that, like, are going to dress up like mermaids to be in the water. You know, like, totally fake. But then that whole crew goes missing, and they're gone. So her girl is like, hey, we're doing another expedition to try to find what happened.
Yep.
She's like, my sister's on there. Or like she went missing. We presumably dead. I'm gonna go try to find out what's going on. They go on there. Shit starts going down.
So you got like these actual possible mermaids or
underwater creatures are attacking. You go through everyone's point of view on the crew because they have like hunters and scientists. And there's a girl on there she's a scientist and she's deaf, and to see like the sign language. Yes. So it's really cool to see all of that, and then to have like shit's going down, different point of views, and then when the big reveal, literally
the same feelings.
The same feeling. Underwater, into the drowning deep. Recommend. Really good. Really good.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, we're gonna go to a very popular show.
Okay.
Black Mirror. Now, but they get banger after banger after banger.
Mm-hmm. Some misses. More hits.
And they're always like mind fucks, right?
Yeah.
You're like watching and you're like, holy shit.
Who thought of this?
And like, it's always like, not always, but a lot of time like technology.
Yeah.
That's like futuristic and like gone too far.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like odd.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you're like, how, what the fuck? If you love that, you'll love Feed.
Ooh.
By, they covered his name with the fucking Newberry.
Oh.
MT Anderson.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
It looked like they covered it. I hate stickers on it.
Yeah, no, sorry.
But Feed, listen, I started reading it, okay?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And I didn't love it.
Wait. Go through what this is about.
Right.
Because then you can like...
So, we don't know how to do this. How many months have we been doing?
I don't know.
But, so this one is about these group of kids, and it's a futuristic society, like, I don't know how...
Society.
But it's how technology and advertising is now like in everybody's brain constantly. So it's like your phone is your brain.
Yeah.
And
you got like your little Alexa.
Yeah, like yeah.
In your head.
In your head. You text each other, you can like talk to each other in your brain by like it's like a DM but like voice
like
note
telepathically.
Like telepathic because it's like your technology chip is in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And like life just kind of sucks now. Like they're like, "Oh yeah, let's just go to the moon." Oh, the moon's boring. Like everything's just so boring. And like they're not real teenagers anymore because like they have access to literally everything at their brain.
Yeah.
And then you're constantly getting ads because you're like it's like AI in your brain trying to like see what you see and what you like, what you're buying.
Literally like on your
phone. It's like literally your phone in your brain.
Yeah. And
it's trippy as hell, and it's like
because they'll be in conversations, and then it's like an ad is like going through it.
So here's the thing. So I started reading it, was kind of icked out by the writing itself, because they're like, oh yeah, like that's so fad, like da da da, and like made up lingo,
right?
That just icks me out.
Yeah,
it can be done well, but it wasn't done well in here. So then I went to the audiobook. I'm gonna tell you right now, don't read it, listen to it.
Yeah.
Listen to it, because I got tripped out because I literally put it in, okay, and like it's the narrator reading it, and then all of a sudden there's music and like it sounds like an ad. It's like a woman now, like every day you can come to the mattress store and get a good comfy mattress, and I was like, what is on? Is the TV on?
Yeah.
I thought it was an actual ad. It was the audiobook.
That's so sick, though.
It was a whole fucking performance in here. They had, every time there was a new ad, it was a new person. It was like a jingle, like it was a whole production.
How immersive is that, though, for the story? And
was so immersive.
Yeah.
And then like whenever someone was like DMing in your brain, it like kind of sounded different. Like it sounded like a...
Far away or something?
Yeah, like far away. It was brilliant. Listen to Feed. Do not read it. Listen to it.
Yeah.
Because that was such an experience. Because it's like as if you in your brain have that thing in your brain.
Yeah. And then plus coming with the context of like, think of this as like a Black Mirror episode. I think it'll definitely read, or like...
Yeah, because I did not know what to expect.
Yeah.
I came in, like,
you just started reading
blank.
it. Yeah.
So with the context of Black Mirror, you're gonna, like, eat this up. You're gonna eat this up.
Yeah.
And there's also, like, another layer, and your questions don't all get answered. That's, like, one thing about Black Mirror, is, like, there's so much open-endedness to it, and it's the same here. Where, like, all of a sudden, like, people just have, like, skin sloughing off of themselves, and it's normal. And it's, like, a trend now. Like, they're making that, like, because it's, like, because they have this in their brain, it's doing this to them. And so, but again, the way that the government and, like, the ads and everything are affecting, they're like, no, it's a trend, it's a trend.
Oh my God, but it's such a, like, political commentary?
Yes, it is. 100%.
Yeah.
Which I think Black Mirror also.
Yeah. Ooh,
but, like,
that's good.
It, like, has that underlying, like, thing happening while the story is going, and you're just, like, mind fucked.
Yeah. Black Mirror. Black Mirror episode in a book? Boom.
Right here.
But also listen to it. Boom.
Yeah.
Sick.
So.
Sick.
Yeah.
Love that. Let's go a little lighter. Let's take it back to Studio Ghibli.
Damn
it! Studio Ghibli. Every movie. Love. The vibes are so whimsy. It's so cute. It's so just cutesy whimsy, and I love it. Okay? Everyone loves Studio Ghibli. So that if you want that, but in a book version, pick up The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. I mean, 100% this is Studio Ghibli. Like, this, okay. Let me tell you about it. So, in this village, they always, like, sacrifice the prettiest girl once a year, I think, to the ocean, which is, like, the dragon god, or whatever. Because there's storms on their island, and try to, like, appease the god. So, they always sacrifice somebody like that. And this year, this woman or girl goes to be sacrificed, but the main girl's brother is in love with her, and so he tries to, like, stop her. So then the main girl was like, my brother's gonna die. I'll sacrifice myself. And she goes in. So now she's, like, in the spirit realm, underwater. And there's, like, mystery, because then she goes and the king is asleep or something. And then, like, you have to figure out what the fuck is going on. Because, like, why is the king asleep or something?
Yeah.
And she's also in the spirit realm. And there's, like, other people down there, like, other kingdoms or whatever that, like, you know, don't know about the king, though they want to try to kill the king. It's just so interesting for the plot, because I was like, what's gonna happen, genuinely? But then the vibes, I mean, they have, like, whales just swimming, like, in the sky, you know, around the city, and, like, all the different just fantasy whimsy. It was just so interesting, so cute. I loved it. And there's a little, would you say enemies to lovers, kind of, in there? But it's, like, really soft in such a cute way. And it was just all the vibes.
Yeah.
It was just heavy vibes and so good. And plus, you're like, I truly have no idea. How's this gonna end? And then there's a part in there, because this is, like, the spirit realm. It just gets you. It's like, no, because you're here and you did. So there will be a little spot that gets you in there, especially with the hearts. The heart. 100% recommend, because this is so cute. Not too long. It's such a vibe. Literally, Studio Ghibli in a book.
I love that.
Thank you.
So we have The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to say the book first. The Girl Who Chased the Moon.
Hey!
So, this is Sarah Addison Allen. You know, I've talked about her a million times. I love her books. Mm-hmm. They all honestly give the same vibe. So, I've talked about
Garden Spells.
And so, Garden Spells, we've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you like Gilmore Girls and Practical Magic, read that.
Yes.
This one, if you like Gilmore Girls, but also, I just thought of a movie, Big Fish. If you like the movie Big Fish.
Okay.
Or the musical. This is also a musical. We did that our senior year of high school. Then you will love this. Because Gilmore Girls just gives that small town vibe.
Absolutely.
That you have, like, you know, drama within the small town. And everybody knows everybody. And then Big Fish, you're like, there's some whimsy to it.
Ooh.
And you're like, there's a giant. And, like, so Big Fish is, like, this guy who's telling this story to his son about, like, you know, his life.
Okay.
But you pretty much figure out that, like, he's made everything much bigger and more fantastical than it actually was.
Okay.
But, like, you know, yes, I knew this guy who was 10 feet tall, but it was just, like, really kind of like a tall guy.
Yeah.
You know, and then just all these different things. So we get to the girl who chased the moon, and it's this girl. She moves to North Carolina, where her mom grew up. She's moving in with her grandfather, and her mom has just passed. And her grandfather's a very tall man. But that's not just the same, okay? Because she gets to the house, and he kind of lives in the bottom floor. There's, like, it's a 2-level house, and he just, like, has a hard time getting around because he's so tall and stuff. And he's like, can you tell me what the wallpaper looks like up there? And she goes, and she's like, okay, it's like butterflies or something. And then she goes down, yeah, they're butterflies. He's like, oh, interesting. The wallpaper changes.
Ooh.
So there's, like, a little bit of whimsy.
Yeah, and I love how Sarah Addison, like, whenever she weaves in, like, magic, it's very, like, subtle and whimsy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you definitely have that in this one, where you're like, is that, like, real?
Yeah.
Or, like, is that just kind of like the, I don't know, like, this
like,
dramatized element.
Yeah.
Because she ends up falling for this guy who has a secret, and the secret is a little bit, like, supernatural, fairy tale-esque, and and then you get her, like, her mom, you know, was did something really bad in town and left, and so everyone's, like, very wary of her daughter, and, like, you don't know what your mother did, like, you know, we can't trust you.
Yeah.
And then not only do you have this young 16-year-old, you also have this older woman, so it's, like, 2 different POVs, and you get her story, and she's, you know, like, I think in her 30s, and she actually went to high school with this girl's mom, but she's like, you know, I'm not going to judge you based on your mom. I'll take you under my wing.
Yeah, so you get that, like,
kind of
Rory.
Rory and
Lorelai's relationship, kind of.
Yep. And she bakes cakes. And you find out, like, how her journey, how she's, you know, come to where she is with, you know, her old high school ex, and he wants her back, and, like, why she doesn't necessarily want to, but she can't help but fall in love, you know? And, like, just how, like, why she bakes the cakes is the whole thing. And, like, it's just, like, it's very human.
Yeah. Like character driven.
Yes. It's very character driven. I think that's what Sarah Addison Allen does really well, is connecting people who maybe you wouldn't see on the surface connecting, but do. Yeah. Because we're all human at the end of the day, and we all have, you know, stories and stuff. And, like, I teared up a little bit at one part of this. Like, I went and, like sat with Brady, and I was like, I told him the whole thing and, like, why I connected so much to it. Yeah. And again, there's so much to connect in these books. Just like in Gilmore Girls, you know, you can connect to so much in that. So I just highly recommend anything by Sarah Addison Allen. If you like Gilmore Girls, you'll love any of her books.
100%.
So, and then again, that added bit of whimsy, like Big Fish, like Practical Magic. Yeah. You're just going to eat all of her books up.
Absolutely.
I cannot recommend her enough.
I love her.
I know. You haven't even read, like...
I know. All I've read is Garden Spells.
I'm like, you need to read... I haven't read all of them either. Yeah. But...
yeah.
She doesn't even have that many books out. I think she has less than 10.
Get on it, girl.
I know.
That's what tried and true.
I know.
Okay. Let's go to a very popular show that has been popular for years and years and years, and then we got all mad at the last season, but it doesn't matter. Game of Thrones. Yes. Recently, I've been reading through the books for the first time. I'm on the 4th one. I think there's 5. I think
there are only 5?
Yeah. I think there's one that's gonna be coming out.
Well, yeah, but it's like been needing to come out for like fucking 10 years.
So technically, one's supposed to be coming out, and then they have like a prequel. So I didn't count that. Right, yeah. So it's like prequel and then like 5 books.
But still, I thought there was more than that.
I know. It's a lot goes down. It's real good. But I'm reading this. I'm like, I miss the show. I want to re-watch the show so bad. But I digress. So, if you like Game of Thrones, right? But then you also want some, like, Norse mythology? Like little Viking, little Scandinavian. I think that's correct. But you still want that Game of Thrones, like, with the dragons, and there's magic, and badass fucking characters. The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. He's most, like, recognizably known for Malice. It has, like, the little, like, sword in the front. But this one I think is so underrated. I haven't read the other series, but this is so good. This one's so good.
Is it a trilogy?
Yes, trilogy. Because, like, it's, like, The Shadow of the Gods, The Wrath of the Gods, The Fury of the Gods, something like that. Mm-hmm. But, like, oh, it's so good. Orca? She's a mother. She's a muscle mommy. She's a bad ass. And I love her so much. But basically... So there was the gods, where it's like dragon, okay? We have like a rat god, we have a snake god, all of them. They all fought, they all destroyed themselves, and it's only been like 100 years or so pretty recently, right? So then, coming up, there's this group that wants to like wake up their god, and they need certain people to wake them up. So it's like kind of the start of we're bringing back gods, and there's going to be a war, and da-da-da-da. I just... the Norse? And they have, like, actual, like... I don't even know the language. Like... The Norse language.
Yeah.
In there, too. It is so sick. Like, Game of Thrones, but make it Norse. That's this.
Is it Norway? Sweden? Finland?
Yeah, I think all
that,
of Scandinavia.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
So Scandinavian?
I think that's Scandinavian.
If you're Scandinavian, let us know.
You'll love this if you're Scandi. It's your culture. No, but it's so good because like the main woman, mom, she's gonna go find her son.
Mommy.
Mommy. And like she's a legend. Like people are like, oh, Skull Splitter? Yeah, that's her name. Love her. Then we got another girl. I forgot her name. So sorry. Love her. But
it's been a minute.
But she's like a nice, like, a known warrior. And then we have just like this weakling little guy. Just a weakling. And then he's like, I just want to like revenge my sister. And like, you know?
You know what, like, that all kind of gives me though,
What?
low-key?
What?
How to Train Your Dragon?
Yes! If you like How to Train Your Dragon, but you want it
more intense?
More intense. How to Train Your Dragon, less on the dragons.
Well, I see it. Is that a dragon?
Yeah, but like, still less on that.
Oh, okay.
But so don't come in expecting to see dragons immediately. Okay. But just know you will.
Okay.
So it's more Norse. Fighting. Journey.
Yeah.
Gods. Battles. The battle scenes in this. Battle scenes in this trilogy. Fucking kill it.
So, How to Train Your Dragon meets Game of Thrones.
Yes.
The Shadow of the Gods. On another lighter note.
Alright, let's bring it back.
If you are one of those people when every Christmas time you're like, man, I'm gonna put on the Hallmark Channel because I love it when it's cheesy, bad acting.
Hallmark movie.
You eat that shit up. My mom eats that up. Okay, every fucking year I'm like, why? What are you watching? You've seen this before 10 times, 10 different iterations of this.
I'm gonna eat it up.
You don't eat it up. Then you will love. Like honestly, it's just any Hallmark movie.
Right.
You're gonna love the unfortunate side effects of heartbreak and magic.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I suppose you could also say if you like Gilmore Girls.
Literally,
and
on
you
the
like
thing
practical magic.
was like, for those who like Gilmore Girls and practical magic,
read this. I listened to it.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy. Like, what is the word? Not happy, but I wasn't
satisfied.
I didn't enjoy it that much. Okay.
But coming from if you enjoy Hallmark movies,
then you'll eat it up.
You will eat it up.
Because it literally read like a Hallmark movie. Like, I literally can't even say it. It did. It was.
Practical Magic, Gilmore Girls, but then
Hallmark version. And I will say, I have to bring it up. why are they going to church so much? So it was like a little bit of that, which like, but you know, I was like,
if you don't want to worry about that,
sweep it under the rug.
Yeah.
But it was cute. Like, there were some moments, you know, that were really fun. And again, coming from a Hallmark standpoint, super fun.
Yeah.
They were trying to be modern with it, though. Like, they made a Frozen reference.
Don't turn them off too quick now.
But if you like Hallmark, they do that.
Yeah.
They
it's
make
like cheesy and fun and cute.
cheesy,
and, yeah.
And that's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't know who it's by. It's a unique name. You can look it up if you want to.
Yeah, but the cover, cause I saw it in Libby, it was really cute.
Yeah, it's like blue and like yellow little stars. Or something. Yeah. It was cute. Again, it was cute. It was cute.
Yeah.
Just not my cup of tea.
Right.
Because I don't eat up the Hallmark movies.
But if you do, that's the book for you. Love that. Let's pull away from that Hallmark movie. Okay.
Get the fuck away from it.
Let's go into space. Now, for people who like, okay, this was me a little less, but like Star Wars, so you like, you know, we're in intergalactic space and fighting and, you know, all that stuff, okay? But you also like The Last of Us. Interesting, okay? And there was another movie that just came out. It's called Moonfall. I don't know if I think it did. I think it was like 2014. I mean, 2024.
2014 just came out.
Just came out. But, like, that does feel like...
It does. Yesterday. Shut up. We're not talking about...
Anyways, so, Moonfall. Basically, for the movie, something happened and the moon got pushed too close to Earth. And they had to take a ship to go I can't explain it, but it was really good. I was like, wow, this was actually really good. So... if you like The Last of Us meets Moonfall, sprinkle in that Star Wars. You're gonna love Leviathan Wakes, aka The Expanse series, which I know is a show. Watch the show because that shit was fucking amazing. But this whole series...
How many books are there? There's a lot.
8.
8 books.
But the last 3 are like 30 years later. But those were...
You gotta read them.
The guy, James S.A. Corey, this is technically 2 authors, but they, like, made a name for themselves. James S.A. Corey.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so the authors kind of wrote the books as, like, book 1 and 2 is, like, part 1, part 2. And then 2 and 3 is, like, their own 2-parter. It's kind of like that, but it all goes together.
Like an episode.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that.
Interesting.
So, like... the arc will be completed, but, like, it's still a bigger overarching thing. But, I mean, it was really, really good. Because you get that found family, this crew, they go to check out this distress signal, and then it's like, shit went down. They're like, what the fuck? And then people start shooting at them. They're like, what's going on? So now they're their own crew. Then there's, like, this mystery, and there's alien... kind of infection, which is kind of like The Last of Us, where it's like they infect you and then you kind of turn into that thing. It's literally like you get infected and you turn into something that's like similar to that, but it's more of an alien thing. But there's an overarching like people who are testing on others and like this alien thing, where does it even come from? And there's like the political stuff between Earth and Mars and the belt, which is the whole thing. Like,
a little bit Doctor Who, if you will.
A little bit. But like the politics in there, and then it's so cool to see the diversity, because on the belt their language is like Indian mixed with Russian, or like I don't know, it's like so like the diversity through everything.
Interesting.
So good. So freaking good. So if you like The Last of Us, but you want to make it like in space, read this.
Yeah, I gotta every time I need to read them. I need to read all these.
Because Amos, that's my nightmare. That is my tried and true. Yes.
Okay. Let me pull up real fast, because this is another one that I listened to. Mm-hmm. So, if you like Mulan.
Come on.
You know, Mulan was your favorite Disney princess. You were like, that is my girl. Mm-hmm. And now you're an adult. And you need something a little bit more badass, a little bit more, like...
a little elevated.
Like, elevated, crazy, like, just more adult.
Right.
Then you will like She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I know this isn't a show or movie, but if you like the Poppy Wars, those books, you'll also like this.
Just pulling back on the
Pulling
war.
back on that. A little bit more Mulan.
More Mulan.
To Poppy War.
Slightly less war, but still.
Oh, no. I mean, it's still war.
Oh, okay.
But, like, I think it's more focused on this character and who they're becoming. She who became the sun.
The sun.
So, it's definitely giving the Mulan aspect of girl needs to go undercover as a boy to go to war.
Yeah.
Main girl
Boom.
takes over her brother's identity, becomes a boy, and ends up going into war. Not at the beginning. First she becomes a monk. And then, like, that, the whole journey.
Okay.
Okay, so you get the politics of Poppy War.
Okay.
But the storyline
Of
Mulan. Okay, and you got LGBTQ+. And there's also another POV in it.
Okay.
So it's almost like, what is that guy in Mulan?
The guy she likes?
Yeah, the guy she likes.
Oh.
Him.
Yes.
It's almost like his story if he were a eunuch.
What?
Do you know what a eunuch is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if they don't fall in love. But like they're like similarity vibing. It's like, we're not who our physical bodies are.
Ooh. Not eats. LGBTQ+.
So
I love that.
I don't want to like give too much away.
Yeah.
But I haven't read the second one yet, but I'm like going to. But I only read the first one, but it's really, really good.
Yeah. Because I remember when I first heard about the book, I was like, oh, Mulan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eats.
Mm-hmm.
Bring
really
that.
good.
Absolutely. Okay. Ooh.
There you go, right there.
This show. Okay. For the people who love, what is it based off of? World of Warcraft, I think. I think that's the game world is based on. Then y'all know the show Arcane on Netflix, which you need to watch because you will love it. You and Brittany watch it. It's so, so good. There's that LGBTQ plus representation. It's so badass and fun. And the colors and the characters. Eating it up.
Although, can I just, complete 180 over here?
Fine.
Isn't Haley Steinfeld a voice actor on that show, and she's one of the LGBTQ plus characters?
I know she's in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I don't know about Arcane.
Okay,
she might be.
I'm pretty sure she is, and she was just in Sinners.
Yeah, fucking phenomenal movie.
Apparently, so she just got married. Her husband is a Trumpy MAGA. So what does that say about her? Also, apparently they're Zionists.
Oh yeah, she's in Arcane.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Because all I've heard is like their relationship was just so cutesy, but I don't really know him at all. But he's like a baseball player.
I don't know. I've just, I mean, I'm not a source for you, okay? This is what I've seen. So do your research if but this is what I've seen and heard.
No.
And like people are just like, people are shocked.
Yeah.
I am shocked as well because of especially the roles she's taken.
Yeah.
Like, what was the one? The Emily Dickinson one?
Yeah, Dickinson. Version.
LGBTQ plus.
Yeah.
This one also LGBTQ. Like, and then Sinners, where it's like a black story.
Yeah.
And this girl, like,
no.
So I am disappointed if that's all true, but it looks like it from what I've seen.
I hope it's not. Ignoring that.
So I knew I had to tell you, so.
Dang. I'm gonna have to look into that for real.
Yeah. But
Arcane, the animation style, it's so good. It reminds me, there's a new movie coming out. Or I think it just came out. But it's on Predator, Alien vs. Predator. But it's literally the same animation style as Arcane. I think it's going to be less like almost Miles Morales Into the Spider-Verse and all of that, okay?
Yeah.
If you know that, it's very like comic book and colors and da-da-da.
Yeah.
Then if you got the same animation style as Arcane, but less of that comic book. That's what...
the movie?
Yeah, that's what that movie is. But, like, it's, like, them two combined. So, like, the animation, everything of that new Predator, Alien vs. Predator movie, plus Into the Spider-Verse, like, add a little bit of color. It's just freaking phenomenal. So, watch Arcane.
Okay.
But, I'm like... I started reading this book, and I was like, this is literally Arcane. 7 Blades in Black. 7 Blades in Black by Sam Sykes. His dad, I think, wrote... I don't want to get the movie. I think it's...
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Doug Watkins. Oh! His mom's Diana whatever. Damn! That's a Nepo baby in the... Okay,
What's
so...
her mom?
I'm pretty sure Diana whatever, she's the writer of Outlander.
Yes! That's it. Oh, I thought it was the father one. Yes, so...
You think a man could write...
That's what I was saying. That's what I was like, what? Because I thought it was the father.
He is an epic fantasy writer.
The father?
Yeah, he wrote the Aeons... I don't know how to say that. Aeons Gate?
Aeons Gate.
Bring Down Heaven and the Grave of Empires series. But I know his mom better.
Yes, there we go. So his mom...
Outlander.
Yes, his mom wrote Outlander, that whole series. Way different. But I just thought that was cool. But yeah, so this literally, from page 1 going on, was like, this is Arcane. Muscle mommy. Okay?
Always.
She's a lesbian. Her girlfriend, so smart, almost gives me like Evelyn O'Connell, if you guys know The Mummy, or...
See that?
Absolutely.
I want to like look at the cover.
Or literally, Arcane, you know, Miss Girl and her girlfriend, literally is them too. Slightly different, a little more toxic, because I haven't seen the second season yet, but slightly more toxic, literally them. So basically, she's a mage, okay, so she has, like, had magical powers at some point. She was part of this, like, mage society group, and then she gets betrayed, and they take away her powers. And so now she's like, I got 7 blades. I'm going down to, like, kind of the underworld kind of feel. It's not really underworld, but, like, this is just where people go to escape, and it's just, you know, the old Wild West, you know? So she's going down there, over there, to, like, get her revenge. But I tell you, if she's not one of the funniest fucking people, like, genuinely so funny. I was at, like, chapter 10, and I was like, yeah, I need all the books.
I need to why didn't you recommend this to me?
Well, because, remember, after the second half, it was just... It was just really long-winded.
Sure.
The second half was really long-winded.
Are you going to read the second? How many books are in the series?
I think there's 3.
Are you going to read them?
I don't know, because, like, this first half was so good, so funny, and the second half was just long-winded. Like, we did not need most of that.
Okay. Well, but the good parts.
But... So, yeah, the second half, I will say, is a little long-winded, and I've seen people who, like, did reviews on it, and they're like, a little too long, a little long-winded. Literally long-winded. But the first half is so good, so funny.
But you make me want to read it still.
I honestly, I kind of want you to read it.
I'll listen to it.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
I'll listen.
Because it literally gives the same type of, like, do they have, like, different creature people thingies? Did Arcane have that? So it's been a minute since I watched it.
I haven't seen it.
But anyways, it's just, like, everything's the same as Arcane. So if you want Arcane, but in a book, and you want the main character to just be so freaking funny, because she'll be like because it kind of goes through 2 timelines, point of views. So she's arrested, so she's about to be, you know, executed, and she's like, I want you to write down my history.
Oh, of course.
Type shit, yeah. But the way she's, like, talking to the interrogator lady, it's so funny. Like, she'll be like, what do you mean, da-da-da? And she's like, hey, lady, hold on, 1 second, let me tell you. Like, so it goes back and forth, and it's so funny. Like, I still recommend. Long-winded towards the end.
But still good.
But it's still really good. Yeah.
Okay. So, this next one is definitely vibes, based on vibes, okay? So, if you like movies like Secret Life of Bees, maybe even The Help. Again, these are all books as well, which I've read. I've read both of those. Yeah. Really good. But it's just that vibe of, like, you want a story that's meaningful and kind of sad, but also, like, heartwarming.
Yeah.
this book is for you. The Language of Flowers by Vanessa Diffenbaugh. I went into this one again not knowing anything. And I feel like that's honestly the best.
Yeah.
Okay? Hadn't heard of this book. Seen no one talk about it. I gave this book 5 stars.
Yeah.
I gave this one 5 stars. I cried. Which, if you know me,
she does not
I don't cry easily. So to have, like, 2 books that made me tear up.
Yeah.
This one made me cry. You know that these are good recs.
Yeah.
So, not only do I love, like, the language of flowers, which is integrated beautifully into this book, the story, you know, you have the main girl, came from hardship, and her, you see some of her past, you know, we have little flashbacks of how she's gotten to where she is, down on her luck, homeless, starts out homeless, is able to find someone who is willing to take this girl under her wing and give her a job and give her a home.
Almost like that
like in The Secret Life of Bees, it's like they go and then they find the people who make the honey and they take them under their wing. We don't need to know your whole story, but we're going to take you under our wing. Like, it's that vibe, you know?
Yeah.
Of finding home where you're not looking. And, the journey this girl goes on, like, it's definitely, it's based in a real life situation, just like Secret Life of Bees. It's based in realness. And it's not fantasy, you know, this is definitely just a fiction.
Yeah.
And I feel like those are the ones that surprise me.
Yeah.
Every time.
Hits hard.
It does. And, like, again, you can connect with her and, like, it's just heartbreaking. And I wasn't expecting where it went, and I don't want to spoil it, but, like, the end gets ya. And, like, you end not having a complete resolution. Just like, I think, you know, Secret Life of Bees and The Help and those types of stories.
God,
because it's, like, it's based in realness, so it's, like, you know, the story doesn't end.
Yeah.
Because we still have more life to live. But this is where the story ends.
Yeah.
And it's just so good. It's heartwarming. It's heartbreaking. I can't talk enough about how incredible this one was to read.
Yeah.
And just the surprises and just the realness. I recommend this 100,000,000%. So if you like The Help, if you like Secret Life of Bees, those heartwarming stories, you're gonna love this, and please read it because I need people to talk to you about it. You need to read it.
I know. I'm ready to cry.
And you will.
I know I will.
You really will. Because I feel like you'll connect more with the main character than I did. And it still got me. Ugh, so good. End us on a high note.
Let's end on a high, fun, silly, just great note.
And this is a popular book.
This was a popular book.
But it's, like, our favorite.
But it's like, you read it, you love it. Either it's one of your top freaking favorites, or it's, like, still a good fucking book. Like, everyone loves this book.
Or, like, you're feeling intimidated because you're not sure if you can trust all of the recommendations.
But I feel like, so many books are overhyped.
Yeah.
This one, I promise you it's not.
It's appropriately hyped.
Yeah. It is so funny, so good. So this is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Okay? If you hadn't if you haven't read it, highly recommend. Okay? You got your ragtag team going on a heist, and then shit gets real. Okay? I should have started that one.
That's okay. I did that too.
Yeah. So, connecting to, if you like the movie Now You See Me, Now You See Me Too,
eat those up every fucking time.
It's so freaking good. It's a whole little team, little ragtag type of team. They go on a heist. They use their magic. This one's, actual magic. While this one's, like, elemental magic. But, like, they do their little heist and they have to get away. Like, same vibe. You get your different characters. You got your leader with the mastermind. You got the, the gal who's powerful. You got your little gunslinger, your, other little rowdy guy. Like, oh, it's so good. So if you like Now You See Me, or Now You See Me 2, which
you're making Now You See Me 3.
I know.
I'm so excited.
So before you go see that,
read this.
Read this.
Like, in the meantime.
Yeah.
While, like, you're waiting for it to come out.
Yeah.
That'll give you, and then the second one.
Oh.
Like, read Crooked Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like, those two will get you to where you need to be for Now You See Me 3.
Yeah. Because it's just, like, a fun movie.
It's one that you watch every year.
Yes. It's so funny, but, like, the magic tricks they do is so sick. And, like, the heist, I love a heist.
Every time that scene of them getting, like, patted down with the card... I watch it every time it comes up on my feed. I'm like, I'm gonna sit through and I'll watch it.
Yep.
Absolutely, I will.
The sickest freaking...
And that's like this whole book. You know what else I just thought of?
What?
Ocean's 11. The one with the girl, with the women.
100%.
With the women.
If you love any of the Ocean's movies, but like Ocean's 11 specifically, Now You See Me.
Because it's like Ocean's 11... particularly for the fact that, like, yes, there's this heist, but there's also another element going on that you don't know until the end.
Yeah.
That I feel like is similar to this.
Yes. And it's like ragtag team coming together to do a heist.
Yep.
Like, I will not stop recommending this. Don't care how popular, how everyone just knows about this book. I 100%, if you haven't read it, please go read it because you will like it. It's so good.
So if you guys agree with us, like, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and if you have other, like, actually, Kelcie, that one didn't really go
say if it looks like that.
But I'm curious, like, have you guys read these? Would you agree? If you have recommendations of, read this book, if you've seen these shows, please leave them in the comments, because we always need more recommendations. Also, TV recommendations or movie recommendations.
1,000%, yeah.
It's like you're like describing someone. I'm like, oh, I haven't seen that. I should probably put that on my watch list.
Yeah.
So love that, a little double whammy for you here. And as always, please subscribe if you haven't already. Click that notification bell. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the.tbr.podcast. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.